Hooray! Hi!
Okay, so he told you to choose a portrait, but he didn't tell you that there was going to be 2 Tulas and no Tamal.
I say all Tulas. All Tulas,
Listen,
please.
Dad,
This is
your
not
shit
how I saw
together.
things going.
Just put Tamal where Hadil is, and then it's
You
fine.
made your choice. You made your bed, Kayla, and now you have to lie in it, okay?
I didn't know you would erase her from existence.
Chat, so you know, Will made Kayla pick a favorite child before we went live, and she chose Lisa, so we're all quitting. Happy last episode.
Good, because look, the way he arranged it, because he's a genius, is he put Phil's portrait of Lisa. It's perfect.
There.
It all worked out. Thanks, Dad.
Saved.
Thanks, Dad.
Hashtag
Tim.
saved. Thanks, Dad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hi, welcome to the finale of Deep Space Fine. We're just having a little bit of difficulty. Sorry about running late, and sorry that we have some people on the same screen, but it's fine. It's cozy. We all love each other. It's a great time. So I will start by going around and having everyone introduce themselves, talk a little bit about their characters, and then I will pull up the sponsor information. We can go through that, and then we can do a recap. So if we want to start with Hadil.
Hey, it's me, Adil. Welcome to my apartment, MTV Cribs. Don't sue me. This is not my house because she lives in Seattle now. You know who's not at my house? Who lives in Seattle? Blue Jay. But I guess that she's just gonna have to miss out on peppermint bark that we ate.
Okay. But
Good.
my lighting and background are so much cooler than yours, so.
Oh.
That's fair, but it hurts.
Yeah, that's not fair. How could you say something so unpopular yet so brave? I played Volcanic for tomorrow. Now it's Lisa's turn. I decided that. She's here in my house.
Hello. I am Lisa Chen at Merciful DM on Twitter, and I play Tula, our lovely Betazoid morale officer who has lived a life of luxury and high fashion and secret Obsidian Order spy work. It has been revealed throughout the series. Her Betazoid husband, who's supposed to be dead, is not dead, and she has spores. So life is great. I just ran out of an exploding ship. Awesome. Blue Jay's turn now.
I guess now it's my turn. Hi, I'm Blue Jay. I have the most festive background, and I invited Lisa to come over to my apartment, but she refused. So.
Oh my god, I just got called out.
Oh, damn.
This was a fight, and I lost every time, is all I'm saying. Like, Lisa won every time. I lost every time. So we all know whose character is dying and whose character will live forever. All I'm saying. Anyway, my character is Leisure O'Don. She is a joined Trill. She's a science officer. She likes research more than people, and so do I, Lisa. My character sheet now says Lisa.
My forehead is weird shaped, so I can never do it.
For reference, I love you and think you're great. I'm just being a silly pants.
A silly pants.
A silly pants, yes.
Well, I am Kayla, and I am DMing, and I have no character. So that's it on me. But we do have some sponsors tonight, / every night that we. They're great. We will be using Fantasy Grounds to roll dice tonight and to say words over and over because we figured out how to do that last time.
Lovely dad.
Just dad. It was just dad. So it's our virtual tabletop of choice, and you could try it for free at fantasygrounds.com if you're interested. And you can put custom skins on it, like I put a space skin, which you can't really see, but it's there. And you can also get all your miniatures from Wayland Games. You can go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer, and 40k minis for 20% off. And finally, Tabletop Loot provides dice for, I'm pretty sure, like every game on Encounter, where you could win a set in a giveaway. And you can use I think it's !sponsor to, yes, in the chat if you want more information, because I probably did not provide you with very good information. I'm trying my best. So that's our sponsors, and so I will kind of recap thus far what has happened. Yes. Oh, also, thanks to Modifius for sponsoring us and helping us by providing the materials with which to play the game. It's a big chonkin book. I think we've talked about that. It's really big. And there are things in here that we haven't even touched on and won't touch on, like piloting your own ship and all that fun stuff. So it's crazy. You could get really in depth with your Star Trek love if you so choose, thanks to Modifius. Thank you. So to fill in on where we are, everyone has been stranded in the Gamma Quadrant after a whole fiasco. I don't know how far back I want to go. There was a whole fungal fiasco on Deep Space Nine, which resulted in everyone who was infected being sent into the Gamma Quadrant. Once within the Gamma Quadrant, they ended up crashing onto a planet and kind of trying to settle in, figure out who survived. An agent from Section 31 came and is actually the reason they crashed. That agent ended up taking one of the infected children with them when they left and exploding part of the ship and causing it to crash. Yeah, it's booked. Last episode, Tamal, who is filled with spores, screamed and could not drive, and also saw some crazy shit. I can't drive.
Yeah, man.
Lidra and Tula, I think both of you dealt with the ship, and Lidra caused it to self-destruct, seemingly killing Perrin with it, because Perrin was inside the rest of the ship. And after... Yeah, we hope. And then in the result of the really cool explosion, you see the shadow of a ship approach, and it's the Defiant. And that's where we left off. So the Defiant has landed nearby, and you kind of have, I think you have a smattering of civilians with you. What is everyone doing?
I think I'd put Peter in charge of the civilians.
Oh, yeah,
against
you did.
my better judgments. Because I ran in to see my nephew, Greggy.
Yes.
So it exploded, and I have Greggy in my arms like a baby. He's an adult man.
He's an adult man, but it's fine. Thank you for remembering that. I did not have that noted, because I'm the worst. So Greggy is safe.
I remember it was like either I went in and helped her, or like I didn't, and I was like, nope. Nope.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you want to deal with that. But
Tula understands. I think the ship coming distracts her from any hurt feelings she might have. I probably bring Greggy over to where the civilians are, and tell Peter just to watch him. Like, just do something right for once, Peter. Watch Greggy. Yes.
Peter's just like,
is Peter all that? What has this show even been?
What has this show even been about? Of course.
It's about how much Peter sucks. All right, so he's just like, fine, sit him over there. He kind of gestures to just like a mound of dirt on the ground because he doesn't care. And he goes back to what he's doing. Lidra, what do you do?
So we just saw the Defiant like landing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I like basically like head toward where I think it's landing to see like who it is and what's going on?
Sure. So you head over there. Shamal, what are you doing?
Did we shoot my pretend like spore mom already? We did that, right? I remember this distinctly.
Yes.
Okay.
It turned into a fight.
Okay, and we won the fight, and we saved Greggy. I am in shock.
She ran away. We didn't win.
We won.
Well, you know, sometimes running away is winning. So let's see.
You're standing there in shock.
I am standing there in shock because I did not expect myself to succumb to the spores so quickly.
If Tamal is standing there and not moving with Lidra, then once Tula has secured Greggy's position, I'd actually probably go over to Tamal and be like, you could have told me you were setting the ship to self-destruct. Greggy was on there. There might have been other people there. This is bad for morale.
Peter could have been on there.
We knew Peter wasn't, and he could have been, so...
I'm sorry that I didn't put Peter on the ship like you asked.
Apology accepted.
So you two kind of remain with Tamal and kind of talk to her. And so Lidra's the only one that's approaching the ship.
I mean, I probably will eventually move over to the ship as I see it starting to land, too.
Okay.
Just because who's come for us?
Okay, well, it lands, and it doesn't appear that the door is opening. No one's coming out yet.
Well, it's probably wise. I think like from outside, I'm like, why did you come here? You know that we're infected. It's not safe. You should leave.
And after kind of a moment of silence, the door kind of unseals, space unseals and opens. And there's some bright light pouring out from inside the Defiant. And so you're not totally able to see who's there, but you see kind of two figures standing very close together. And they step forward, and one of them is a severely injured Garrick, and the other is Tula's ex-husband, Darius. And he's holding a phaser to his head.
He's holding a phaser to Garrick's head?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Tula starts running forward, I guess, towards the ship. And I guess first she calls out towards Garrick, and you hear her say, Elam, Imzadi. And then she turns to Darius, and her eyes just get really wide because he's supposed to be dead. She doesn't understand how he's here, let alone what he's doing. And so then she'll just stop. And she'll say, Darius, I don't understand. How are you here? We buried you.
And he looks pretty unhinged. I think you saw him on Deep Space Nine before you left.
Right before.
He looks very crazy, and he's looking around wildly, and he just looks at you and he says, "This is all your fault, and I've come to make you pay for ruining my life. The two of you, both of you." And he kind of like presses the phaser more into Garrick's temple, and Garrick's like had the crap beat out of him. He's definitely like not able. It's like every episode.
Oh, my boy. Please, Darius, we can work this out. Calm down. Put the phaser down, and I'm like edging towards him.
He kind of takes a couple steps down onto terra firma to kind of come closer to you, and he's just kind of staring at you. And Lidra, as he's kind of distracted, you see a dark figure kind of slink out of the ship and sneak down to the side, and you see that it's Julian.
Oh, fuck.
So he sneaks out of the ship after Darius exits.
I like put my hand out like in front of Tula to be like, okay, we're not like encroaching on your space. And I say to Darius, just tell us what you want. We don't have a lot here, but you've obviously gone to great lengths to get here. And I'm just trying to like, guess kind of like start a negotiation or whatever, keep him distracted for whatever Julian's attempting to do.
Yeah,
He-
and
he
I
kinda-
back up Libra. Oh.
Okay. No, you're good.
I back up Lidra and was like, we can talk this out. And if it's possible, I have a talent called Diffuse the Tension.
Yeah, sweet.
So if there's a possibility to do a task, it helps me persuade someone not to resort to violence.
Okay, cool. So we have to pick a specific task for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like command for sure, right? And then control, presence and command.
Yeah.
I would say
'cause I was-
presence feels right.
Yeah, because I was looking at insight, but that's just to judge it. So yeah, presence, I would agree.
Okay.
Either that or reason, but I would go for presence. That works.
Okay. Presence and command are a total of 17, and I get to roll 3 d20s instead of 2.
What? You have a 5 in command and a 12 in presence?
I do.
Okay,
Oh my
well,
God.
I will say the difficulty for this is probably going to be pretty high because he's very mad. He's obviously been planning this for a while.
Yeah.
So I would say that's going to be higher than average. So that's probably going to be a difficulty of 3.
All right. So I've got to get less than a 17 on all 3 of these.
Yes.
Boop.
Oh, and you got a 1.
Nice.
Woo!
Yay.
All right. Does a 7? Do you have to hit the number or go lower, or do you have to be lower? Because she did get a 17
I think
also.
I think it's hit.
Okay,
So does that
okay.
mean
Well,
we
good.
get one more
Total
momentum?
of 4,
So
and
you get
then
to add to momentum.
not as persuasion, because that is a focus of mine. Persuasion.
Yeah,
Oh, so the
that's
5 would
for
also be
sure.
double.
And then a total of 5.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll mark
so
down. I'll mark down 2
2.
more momentum. We have 3 momentum banked right now.
Nice.
So how do you kind of diffuse this tension then?
I'm just trying to keep his attention so he doesn't do anything crazy. So I'm talking in soothing tones, and if I can like project any empath stuff, I'm trying to do that as well. I'm just saying stuff like, Ruin, just remember the good times that we had, Darius. We were together so long. We shared lives together. Don't do something rash to ruin those memories.
He kind of, as you kind of reach out to him with your empath abilities, you do feel just like heat coming off of his feelings. He's just like white hot angry, but he does kind of calm down long enough to seem to entertain a conversation with you. Doesn't necessarily change his mind for what he wants to do, but you can tell he's willing to kind of talk or at least explain what's going on rather than jump to action. So you do have him distracted enough to talk to him. And as you do that and kind of get him under control, Lidra, you did see Bashir kind of sneak off to the side. He had something in his hands, but he just kind of snuck around the side of the Defiant.
Is there a way that I can is there a way I can make like a quote unquote perception check to try and see what it is that he's doing without like giving it away to Darius? So
what?
It's probably like insight and commander security or reason. Like I'm trying to like reason out from what I know of Julian, like what he might be doing.
Yeah, I would say reason.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think.
It's probably either command or security, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, let's just go with command, I guess. Command and reason.
Okay. And I'm just trying to like get a feel, so I'll just roll 2d20, and if I get any successes, you just tell me more about the situation, probably.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right. Well, I got 2 successes actually because my reason is 12. My command is 2, so that's 14. So yeah. What do I notice about Julian and what he's doing, and like how I can kind of like maybe help or hinder or whatever?
You notice that he obviously is trying to be very sneaky. You can kind of pick up on his posturing that clearly Darius did not know he was on the ship. And you were able to kind of see what's in his hands, and it looks kind of like, from your knowledge of the research that you were doing before you left, it looks kind of like some kind of modified, not necessarily a weapon, but something that contains an apparatus that would cause a sort of stasis in something. So the only thing you can determine is perhaps he has something that's going to help your situation, but he maybe did not necessarily expect that this situation with Darius was going to happen, and he's trying to get out of that situation.
Okay. Cool. I think that I look over at Tulla, and I kind of just like widen my eyes at her, and then look in the direction that I saw Julian going. And I'm just like, I know she's Betazoid, so I'm just giving her the like, this is the way you do, like PCI language or whatever. Thinking really loudly that like Julian's here. maybe what I do, because I know you're an empath, not a like a mind reader, so I probably like do the whole like eyes and the like motion, and then I think really hard about how I feel about Julian, which would make you get the like love vibes going. So like maybe
it's really not the time for this. I think you're very lovely as well, but I gesture towards Garrick really right now.
I can hear.
And I reach out my empath abilities, and I don't know if like I can sense Julian there, and then it all makes sense.
Is Tamal around? Did she come to the ship?
Yeah, Tamal was standing there. I don't know if you heard. She leaned in and said, "I think it's about Bashir." Bashir.
Bashir.
What commands?
I think it's like what I say is I like say, we won't be able to make any kind of deal with you if Eric dies. We have a doctor here. Can she just look at him? We won't do anything. She's unarmed, and I'll like make sure that Tamal is like not carrying a phaser like outright, or like, you know.
I feel like I'd have it like, gripped in my hand, and like you'd have to like pry it out.
Just to make sure he's not going to die, okay?
So you're saying this to Darius?
Yeah.
Darius kind of looks at you, and he laughs, and he's just like, I want this man to die. You think I care about him? Why would I be here right now?
But how are you even here?
I don't know why he would be here right now.
My mother told me from the start that you were a harlot and that you would ruin my life. And I knew that you two were doing something together. And she told me what was going on. She helped me fake my death and get off of Beta Z so I could come back and get back at both of you for what you did. You ruined my life, both of you. And I'm going to kill you both on this planet, wherever we are.
Whoa, that's a negative, Ghost Rider.
Really?
Sorry.
Excuse me. Libra just walks in like, no.
Cut. We're not killing
there's
people.
Some other way we can.
All of us came here to die anyway.
We're all gonna die anyway, let's be real. No, he's just like, no. I knew, she told me every day of my life, she told me how bad you were, and I didn't listen, but then she showed me the two of you together, and he kind of shoves the phaser into Garrick's head a little more, and he's just like, I'm going to kill him, and you're going to watch it, and then I'm going to kill you.
I'm really bad at fighting. Otherwise, I would try and fight. But I think now is the time for fight.
And everyone's like, I'm too weak.
Start walking forward slowly. She'll look like she's thinking. Are they like? Is there like a little ramp, and they're at the top of the ramp in the doorway? Is that
he walked down off the ramp to the ground, so he's on the ground now. That's how Bashir was able to kind of like sneak out. So he got off the ramp.
I'll just approach him, getting closer, and I'm just trying to, I guess, hold his attention, stop him from doing some sort of action until I get up there. So I'm saying, like, please, what you're saying isn't untrue, but that doesn't mean that what we had wasn't real, my dear. And I'm starting to get increasingly pleasant, and then I want to get up there and, I don't know, like, punch him, take his, like, try to knock the phaser out of his hand.
Well, he just goes ahead and shoots Garrick.
God, no!
And throws like his limp body off of the ramp. So you're not clear if he stunned him or killed him, but he's out and he's on the ground next to him. And he points his phaser at you.
Is there no way to use like some of our momentum to be able to like get in there like faster than he can shoot Garrick or something? Like
I tried to look into that but I feel like it's narratively whoever's Yeah, if you want to try to.
Because she did talk him down, right? She was successful on her like negotiate to not use violence thing.
She was, but then kind of continuing to talk to him kind of amped that back up because I have threat.
Which is that's totally fine. I was just saying like being successful might give her like a insight into like, oh, he's gonna shoot.
Yeah, if you want to.
I mean,
you don't have to. It's the last episode. Garrett can die. It's fine.
I mean, maybe he's dead, but also maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't know if I can play anymore. It's hard.
No, I mean, I just think that being an empath and succeeding on that role should give her an opportunity to act before he does.
I think she probably realizes he's going to, but I'm not next to him at that point, so I don't know what I could even do. So she probably realizes what's about to happen, and she reacts the way I reacted, this like half a second before he actually shoots him. Because she realizes what's about to happen and she can't do anything about it. And so now I've just stopped, like, I don't know, 3 feet away from him. And he's now holding the phaser at me.
Yes. And I will say you are able to tell with your empath abilities that Garrick isn't dead. He's just, he is just stunned. He stunned him.
Okay. Still upset. It was still very shocking.
Well, I'm not gonna kill him. I just wanted to have a shocking moment.
You still want to be friends, Kayla?
Yeah. Tamal, as all this is happening, you're kind of still kind of dealing. There was a lot of things that you saw the last episode, and you still kind of have things going on in your head. And I don't know, everything seems like it's happening really fast. How are you processing what's going on? Like, do you want to help, or where are you at?
Well, my phaser has been taken away now. But I can go over to the stunned body. Am I able to go there and take a look?
Yeah, he's just focused on Tula right now, so you can go over there.
Yeah, I will. I'll go over and like. I probably don't know that he's just stunned, but I will check for that. I'm not.
Yeah, he's still alive. He doesn't seem like he is in any super danger to where you have to stabilize him, but he's knocked out and he's beat up.
Okay. I will attempt to pull him away, like maybe around the back of the ship without anybody noticing?
Did we determine if there's like a stealth?
Maybe like
I think it's fitness and security. Maybe
That makes
daring
sense.
and security.
What's your
You gotta
Yeah,
be
that's-
healthy of body to be able to
Fitness
sneaky snook.
It's true. Yeah, fitness and security.
okay? So you want to roll 2 d20s, and you want a 10 or lower.
And we'll
Wanna
make it
check
a
it?
difficulty of 1 because Tula has all of his attention now.
Lame.
Okay, well.
Never mind. Sorry.
So you are attempting to kind of pull Garrick to the side, and Darius doesn't notice, but you feel a kind of grip in the back of your skull, and you just hear a voice that says, This is fine. I'll just take your body now." And everything goes black.
No!
What?
And you kind of fall over.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, so I see that Tulla and Darius are like in it, and they're very focused on each other. And then I see Kamal go to Garrick like she's a doctor, like that's what she's supposed to do. But instead of like helping him, she like passes the fuck out or something. And so
Yes.
I think that I'm gonna run up to both of them and try and like check that out. I don't think I'm trying to be sneaky. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And assuming that like Tola has kind of like shown that she's effective in like hand-to-hand combat many times before.
Mhm.
And this is a man that she's very familiar with, her like ex-husband or whatever. So I'm just gonna assume that she's got her shit together over there and just go straight for Garrick and Tamal.
Okay. Darius, seeing all this kind of happen next to him, it's not his primary focus, but he's getting very irritated. And he just points his phaser at Tula, and he's like, let's just end this right now. He wants to fight. We're gonna fight.
Tula takes her hands away from her face. She'd brought them up when she was shocked, and she had been trying to be like really sweet and everything, but now her face is very serious. And she says, "You know what, Darius? You're right. You were a mission, and that mission is complete. And it's too late. You're supposed to be dead. So yes, let's do this."
Damn.
And then I jump
right.
forward and try to knock the phaser out of his hand.
Yeah, let's do it. He already had his drawn, but I'm gonna say if you wanted to use one of your momentum for a sprint, or if you want to do a sprint and then have another action, yeah, that'll let you go first.
Cool. Then yes, I would
don't
like
know.
to do that.
Do you have like a disarming strike? Did I make that up?
Let me.
I think that like just regular unarmed strikes are knockdown. I don't.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Down. So I mean, I guess it'll for flavor. I'm like trying to knock it out of his hands, but I don't think I can
Right.
mechanically do that. So if I
that's
hit him,
probably
it's just
a
it's a
task.
different.
There's probably
Yeah,
a
it could
task
be. We
for
can make it a
that.
task. Yeah, we can make it a task instead.
Sure.
So.
Oh, did you have the mean right hook thing?
Oh, you
Your
do, don't
unarmed
you?
Your unarmed strike attack has a vicious 1 damage effect.
No, or
I
was
don't
that-
believe-
Oh no, TK's character had mean right hook.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course.
okay.
Of course they did.
I gave them that.
Character was so. Okay. Let's see. Where is it?
Let's see.
Yeah, what
Create
task would that be?
advantage?
What did you say? Because I was
maybe,
thinking security fitness, because fitness is to restrain an unwilling prisoner.
Oh yeah, I was just saying it could be a create advantage task, which is like any task with a difficulty of 2.
No, okay.
So creating the advantage would be like disarming him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's a fitness security. So for me, that's a total of 12. Can trying to disarm someone be hand-to-hand combat?
Oh,
As a
yeah.
focus?
Focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
I will use that as my focus if I get low enough numbers. And what is my difficulty?
It says 2
Um,
for create advantage.
Yeah.
It's a set difficulty.
I want lower than
And you
12.
used a momentum to go first, right?
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Are you kidding?
Fail. That's the worst you could have gotten.
That's like the absolute worst thing.
That's so bad. So if you guys didn't know, in this game, in Star Trek Adventures, you want to get lower, not higher. So critical failure is that 20. So she
And
just got
also-
2 crit fails.
And it adds
So-
a complication to your failure, doesn't it?
Hi, everybody. I'll just rip my character sheet.
Yes, it fucking does. Yes, it does. That's wow. Oh my
That
god.
was really bad. Negative review on Yelp. Keeps rolling critical fails. 2 stars.
I'm like, I can think of one complication. I'm having trouble thinking of 2 because I never expected this to happen.
I mean, you could probably just take a threat for the second one, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a threat for the second one, and for one of them, he's just going to knock you back instead.
Okay,
So
that's
you
like-
go to do that, and he just like knocks you back, or just like bleh. Angry, awful man shoves you, slaps you back. And that does prevent him from having his phaser aimed, so he's gonna have to do that again. He's gonna have to re-aim his phaser. And he's gonna attack you. I'm trying to find the combat section because I was on the task section. There we go. So yeah, he is going to aim. So he's going to do control and security with a difficulty of 2. Okay. He got 3 successes.
Of course he did.
Is this one of those things where I oppose or he's
This is a
shooting me,
ranged
right?
attack.
Range?
Yeah, this is ranged.
Not opposed.
Not an opposed task.
You're unconscious.
I'm just gonna do it anyway. Okay, so
This is me. I'm bad luck.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
Oh, sorry, I was reading something, but I was muted.
oh,
I was just saying that, like, the difficulty increases if you're within reach of him, but because you were just pushed back, you're not in reach of him, so pretty much you're fucked. That's what you get.
so pretty much you're fucked.
Great. Good times.
Does anyone have the page number for the chart for the attack dice that I always lose?
It's 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 and 4 are nothing. 5 is 1 in a forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
And 6
2
is a 2.
in an effect, and 6 is 2 in an effect.
Okay,
Yeah.
he does 5 damage and there's an effect.
So what weapon does he have?
He just has a regular phaser.
I think that for phasers, the effect is. Where do I? I'm
I know, I'm trying to
everything.
find it.
I need to put like fucking bookmarks in this damn book, but
Yeah.
I keep forgetting, or just like
Maybe
note where things are, because I don't do that.
Yeah,
It's my fault.
Weapons. Okay, phaser. Phaser. Phaser type 1.
What are the effects?
This is not going to tell me. Why not? I'm on the wrong chart.
Oh no.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say knockdown, maybe? We'll just say knockdown.
No, that's punching.
So I get pushed back and he just shoots me and I fall to the ground. I hate to be the one to point this out, but I suffered 5 damage from a single attack, which
You can
means
use No, you can avoid that, right?
Yes,
I
you
think I
can.
can use momentum too.
Yeah,
But it
you can
costs
use
2 momentum. I don't want to use all our momentum, but an injury would be pretty bad, right?
There's a way to, there's a way to like you can do one thing. I forget. Okay.
Avoiding an injury prevents the injury from happening, but it does not remove any other effects. So I can choose avoid an injury, which costs 2 momentum.
Okay.
Oh, it can be paid for by adding to the threat instead.
Or suffering a complication, which represents a minor injury or some other consequence of the attack, such as a bystander hit, damage to machinery, etc.
And you can only do it once per scene.
So you
Should I
could pay
add a
for it
complication?
by just like being actually physically injured. And then you don't actually take the like injury or whatever.
I'm confused. I will
So
suffer a
it's-
complication.
We'll just say that.
So it would then be non-lethal, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
So
could
basically,
do that.
you're just like you have a phaser burn, but it's a not
Yeah,
a
okay.
lethal
Like-
phaser.
Owie zowie. It hurt.
I have a band-aid in my pocket.
Conscious.
I've got you.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying you can dig through my pockets.
Okay. So he knocks me back and then just shoots me and I fall over. Very
Yes.
heroic.
Yes.
It would be- it was not unconscious. Maybe.
I know he just hit me with a phaser, but I'd like my mouth to fill with blood so I can look up at him angrily and spit it out onto the ground.
Yes, accepted.
When you fell back, you obviously hit your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Totally makes
complication.
Your jaw's gonna be really bruised. Anyway,
Yeah.
can I get up to Garrick and can I be up next to Garrick and Tamal?
Mm-hmm.
Is that do I like notice anything weird about Tamal?
Yeah, you look down at her. She had kind of very not gracefully fell flat on her face. But
Kayla, why are you attacking me like this? I love you. I understand.
and you can kind of see like there's like some black crap oozing out of her ear, like
Oh,
the one ear that you
no.
can see, and she is just like completely
Okay.
passed out.
Oh fuck. This is familiar to me and very threatening. I would like to. I go up to them. I was at first looking at Garrick, and now I'm looking at Tamal, and there's this like gut wrenching terror as I think like shit. Like we just got rid of Perrin, and now like here's another body to like, and it's like my friend's body or like quote unquote friend. Blue Jay. But I think like the only thing I can think of to like try and control this right at the moment is like I try and like, is there anything that I can do to like tie Tamal's like hands behind her back so that she can't like eat anybody? I don't know.
Sure. I don't know where you would get that. I don't know. I guess you can probably rip your shirt or something like they do in movies.
I
Just, like,
will
rip
do
a
that.
strip.
Again,
Yeah,
Libra,
now I'm
not
wearing a
understand.
now I'm wearing a
Yeah,
crop
now you're
top.
a crop top. Yeah, that would be cool. Make it into
Okay.
a crop top.
I make it into a crop top and I use it to like bind Tamal's arms because I'm just like, if she's inhabited by this like creature like Perrin was, likelihood of her like coming awake and then immediately trying to like run or kill us is higher than I'd like, and she already doesn't like me. So if she wakes up and I've bound her arms, then and she's just her, then like whatever, I don't care. Better to be careful. But then I'll just like, you know, take both their pulses and make sure they're like alive, and then like try and contain Tamal for my turn.
Okay. Tamal, inside your mind right now, you're kind of in a similar place that I described Greggy being that one time he was having, that Tula went into his mind. It's kind of just this awful twiggy alien planet with like two really distressing crescent moons that are bright red hanging in the sky, and you're just kind of standing there and you hear all this whispering around you, and no matter where you turn, you just feel this like really cold presence, this cold air blowing down your neck, and it just seems to just be like following you and kind of trying to close in on you.
I would like to go back to the simulator on the ship. Not the, my special fantasy.
My D&D.
Just entrancing. If I look around, do I see anything? Like, is there anything I can run toward?
You see kind of, so off in the distance, it seems like there's just kind of this really twiggy, dead forest kind of all around you. So you can see you can move deeper into this dark forest. It's kind of only being illuminated by that red light coming from the sky above. But that seems to be the only place to go. There don't seem to be any buildings, any lights, any civilization or anything.
And if I call out for help, I don't hear anything.
No, it kind of echoes a little bit, which is weird, but you don't hear anything.
Well, I guess I'll just wander around this weird forest.
You kind of wander deeper into the forest and you start hearing a couple voices deep within it. One was your mother, which you heard in the last episode, calling to you, and that's coming from the right. And from your left, you hear a man's voice that you're not totally familiar with, calling to you. Is it Spock? You're not too sure.
All right. Well, I know that if I go towards my mom's voice, it's going to be Scary Spore Mom, who I tried to shoot. I feel like I don't want to confront that right now. So I'm going to go and just walk away from my problems towards another new problem. The man's.
More problems. The man's. Real quick, going back to Lidra, are you kind of hanging out there?
The thing for me is that I guess I can try and like I haven't said that I disarmed myself. We're in a dangerous situation. We were in a dangerous situation. So I guess I can try and shoot not to kill Darius. Okay. And like just handle this, because we obviously have a bigger problem, which is Tamal. So okay. I'm gonna for minor action aim and then shoot. So it's control security, is that right?
I just left that page. Where did it go?
Yeah, control security. So that is 11. But I can reroll 1. And I don't have to. Yeah, so I'm just like, I have that like cold terror in the pit of my gut, but it's like a very like calm, kind of resigned terror. And so I just like turn, aim at him, and then just like, unfortunately I only have 1 security, so that means I get like 2. I think like the phaser is just like 1 die plus your security, right? Or is it more than that?
I think that's right, and that's what I'm understanding it as. And then when you're setting stun, are you able to have that as an effect? Is that...
Sorry, what?
When you're trying to stun them, if you succeed...
Oh, it's just non-lethal. It's just non-lethal is all it is.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Yeah. I was like...
Yeah, that's all it is you declare when you shoot whether it's lethal or non-lethal. That's all. Yeah, a phaser type 1 is 2, so I roll 3 die. So I roll 3d6, which means I like almost cannot. And I get 2 damage, no effects.
Okay.
But I'm just like we have I think like I'm mostly talking to Tola at this point. I'm like, we have a bigger situation on our hands. We need to handle this, knock him out.
Yeah, Tula,
blood off my mouth.
because you haven't attacked him the second time yet, so it should be narratively your turn.
So I guess I'm getting up and I'm talking to him, and I say, "What's the plan, Darius? Kill us and what? You return to your precious Beta Z?
Kill us, and then I can finally rest easy for what you've done to me. This is all I've lived for all these years, is to come for you."
It wasn't personal.
Really? Was it not personal? You used me. You didn't think that would come back to bite you?
You weren't supposed to find out.
You're so cold about this, and he just raises his phaser at you again, but you're obviously
so asking Kate, like Lisa's asking, is his plan to kill us and kill himself, or kill us and then he leaves and lives his life?
He wants to kill you and then kill himself.
Okay. Well, I can make that easier. Okay. So I get up and Lidra's telling me to knock him out. So Tula will get up again, and this time she's not trying to disarm him or anything. She just wants to punch him in the face.
Okay. And that's going to be...
Remember how to do that. It is it security and fitness to do a punch?
It is daring and security with a difficulty of 1 as opposed by the target's daring and security.
Okay. So I need an 11 or lower, but I have hand-to-hand combat as a focus. So please don't roll double 20s again. Oh, yay!
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah. So I get.
So what's your security?
My security is 4, so that's 3 successes.
3 successes.
He only had 1.
So you win.
Awesome. Yay!
The shit
And so
out of this
then
guy.
my damage is my security. I roll 4d6s.
It's 1 plus your security, and the effect is knockdown.
Okay, so then I roll 5d6s. So die 5d6.
I should have put more in. Okay, so that's 1, 3 with an effect. 3 damage and a knockdown.
So 3 damage. All right.
He falls over. I stomp on him.
Ooh!
Down his whole face.
Yeah, he falls over, and actually he looks pretty damaged, because not only did Garrick look beat up, he looked beat up too, because obviously Garrick would get some punches in if he went after him. So he is around. He's having trouble getting back up right now. And he kind of spits onto the ground too, angrily.
I guess I can't stomp on him because that would be a second attack, but I do put my foot on him and I lean down and I tell him, you're predictable and boring as always.
Damn.
Damn. This is oh my gosh. Tamal. So you are heading into this really dark, creepy forest where something is clearly following you, and you go towards this male voice, and you see a figure kind of standing in the middle of a grove with its back facing you. And he turns, and you recognize him as Sarek.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Oh my god. You guys. What the fuck? Sarik's Spock's dad.
Yes, Spock's dad.
I cannot even with you. If I hadn't already decided that this was the last episode, I would quit right now.
No, you wouldn't.
How dare you?
Listen, ask me any character in Lord of the Rings, and I'll probably know it. I can only fit so much nonsense.
I just like to imagine Tamal being like, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
Like
Isn't
every
he
Lord of
like
the
your uncle or some shit?
Uncle from Nintendo. All right, I would like to call out to him.
Yeah, he kind of walks up to you and he's like, Tamal, what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know where I am. Where am I?
And he kind of looks around and he's like, you need to be in more control.
Ouch. First of all, this hurts a lot. This is Hadil. This hurts a lot coming from Spock's dad. Like, damn. Drag my ass. This. I will look at him and like think back on these occurrences and ask, is control so important anymore?
And he kind of looks around and he says, control is always important.
But is anyone really in control?
You could be. Of course. He looks at you and he says, you could be, but it appears you choose to not be. And I'm not sure why.
Damn, bitch, me neither. Small would think about that. And just say, I am unsure why as well. I seek to be in control, but I can never get there. It's always out of my reach.
He puts the hand on your shoulder and he says, you need to think of all of the darkness and the problems going on as a cloud that is simply going to blow away. And you need to be back in control or you will be lost forever.
Man, that's deep.
Yeah, it's deep as hell, man. How do I get out of this place? I don't know how I got here.
And he turns and looks away and he removes his hand from your shoulder and he says, you're a Vulcan. And he just turns and leaves.
I know that shit already. Get back here.
I know. Helpful.
I would like to try and meditate.
Do it.
I am now meditating.
Let's make that a task.
Cool.
I'm doing
Do
it.
you want me to take your dice, or do you want to take your dice?
I will let you type it, but I'm gonna hit enter.
Okay. What is the task?
Yeah, what task?
That's what I am looking. It's definitely going to be. I don't know why
Control.
I keep trying to. I need little tabbies. It's definitely going to be control.
You have a high control.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're so nice.
Have an insanely high control. Oh, here we go. All right.
I am control to my highest task.
Do you have any purposes?
No. I feel like security and control may be the closest to meditation. Maybe it doesn't really, because it's about stealth.
I would say
can't
I would say it's command of yourself.
You think? Yeah, because command was more of like a group, but or give detail. Yeah, let's go for command and control.
I could also say like medicine might be involved because meditation is like a lot of times a mental health thing.
I think it sounds like medicine.
Sounds like medicine and control, my higher ones. Which are 16 and 12.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. You
Sorry,
okay?
no, it's not 16.
It's 8,500, so
So why even roll, honestly?
yeah, exactly.
I will say Blue Jay's argument about mental health makes sense to me, so I will give you that.
Okay, I'm gonna hit
You're
this.
welcome.
I'm gonna hit this one.
Okay. Yes.
I got one.
No, you got two.
I got two.
I think. Yeah.
Well, no, okay. What's your control and medicine together?
Well, her medicine is 6, but doesn't it max out at 5
It
for
does.
discipline? Okay, so we'll just call it a 5.
We'll call
And our
it a
control
19.
is 12, so 17. You've
So
got
that's
2.
17. So that is 2. Does she have any focuses that would help with meditation?
Focuses that
All of them are.
trauma surgery.
I have medicine,
All of
infection, surgery, virology.
This is sort of an infectious disease.
Yes.
No, it
of
fucking
medicine.
isn't. Okay, it's 2 successes.
Well, actually,
Yay.
well, yeah. So let's say her
Yay,
trait,
my successes. Conversation over.
but she is
My
a Vulcan.
success. I've also decided to make myself an added success, a third mysterious success because I want to, and it's Christmas, so.
Okay, well, this is enough for you to just suddenly open your eyes and wake back up.
Yay!
Nice.
Yay! I win. Can't believe I won the whole game. I can't believe I won the Star Trek.
Just
I
most
can't
of the
believe I
time.
won. So now you're there, Lidra's there, and Tula is kicking ass over to the side.
Yeah.
So I think it's back to Darius's turn.
What
For
a
attack.
dick.
But he has to stand up. Well, yeah, he has to try to stand back up because you're stepping on him and he fell over because he's dumb. And we can all point and laugh at him. So I believe
I will let him
that-
stand back up so he can die with some bit of dignity.
No, bitch, don't let him stand.
Wait, can I not? I didn't know that it was an option to not let him stand. Is it?
It probably isn't. I just am saying. Let's see.
But I am
Stand?
now in his zone, so I think that affects his ranged spells or spells. Ah, sorry, his ranged weapon.
He does stand.
Oh,
So that
you will die!
It's not like I'm Tamal or something.
Yeah, right.
he stands. So that means he can't use any other minor actions such as aim. But he is going to go ahead and try to. I don't know. Are you first? Yeah. So complication range is increases by 1 because you are at reach. So he's still going to try to shoot you though, but it's going to be difficult.
I'm
To try to shoot you.
like trying to knock the phaser out of the way.
In your face. Where you at? And he would have failed anyway, even if I used the threat. So he shoots, and I don't know, even though he's right in your face, he somehow misses. Just kind of goes right by your face. And he curses and tries to prepare for another attack.
Well, he won't have time because I'm going to shoot him.
Do it!
Do it.
Yeah, so I don't think I've noticed yet that Tamal woke up because she didn't like get up or anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take another shot. Same thing as before. I'll aim and then shoot. Whoa, come on, I'm typing in this box. 2D20, please don't fail. Boom!
Ooh!
So That is it's control and security. So the 11 is also passed. So that'll bank 1 momentum since it's only a difficulty of 2. And then I will roll my 3d6 damage die. And he takes 1 damage with. Does the fucking. I'm gonna look and see if the phaser. Let's see. Its effects qualities charge. What's charge? The weapon has an adaptable energy supply. You can perform minor action. I didn't do the prepare action, so that doesn't matter. Okay. Next time, though. Next time. For reference, the phasers that we use, if you use prepare instead of aim, you can add area attack, intense attack, piercing attack, or vicious attack.
Ooh.
But I did not do that because I was afraid I would miss. Anyway, he takes 1 damage.
He's irritated.
It's a little bonk.
As he's distracted by getting bonked by the phaser, can Tula grab his phaser and try to move it out of the way and then elbow him in the face? Sorry.
Yeah, that sounds tight. So do you want, we'll just say your minor action is to grapple? I don't know if that's actually a minor action.
That's usually in place of an attack. I'm just doing it for flavor if it has no effect.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
fine.
it's
just
not
describing how she's attacking.
I like it. Yeah, because it's not going to prevent him from shooting again later or anything. So,
all right, and then I will try just do a melee attack. Oh my god!
Stop this.
Oh my god!
Stop this right now.
What is happening to me?
Please stop this.
How? If we were playing D&D, you would be killing it right now.
We literally be ripping people in half, like phone books.
But instead, you're dying. You're dead now. Bye.
And you've rolled 4 d20s. 4 20s. 4 20s.
420! Yo!
Why is this happening to me?
Sorry, Manipulous.
Okay, well, so I guess you grab his phaser and you shove it to the side and you go to elbow him and he just takes his other hand and grabs your elbow and you're in this weird showdown where you're grabbing each other at weird angles and he shoves you back again. So he grappled and shoved you. So Tamal, you are now. Bashir has actually kind of made his way back over to that side of the ship and he leans over and kind of checks on you to see if you're okay.
Where the heck have you been? Sorry, I'm not there.
Yeah. He's just
Wait, where is he? Is he leaning over Tamal?
Yeah, he snuck back around the side of the ship to where Tamal is because he was watching.
Jillian, why are you here? It's not safe.
I came here. My intention was to load up the ship. This weapon that I have here will be able to help all of you to get back to the station and clear you of the infection. Your research allowed this. It gave me the time to figure this out. We have this under control. But when I was loading up the ship to come get everyone, this man came into the ship unaware that I was back in the back getting everything ready and waiting for Kira and Worf. And he took the ship and left with Garrick. So I've been hiding in there the whole time, waiting to see where he was going. Luckily, it was here, but we need to stop him and we need to get all of you back.
I think I motion over to Damal and I'm I think she's been infected. If you have something that will help her now.
He kind of takes the weapon. It looks like a gun. It's big. I don't know. It's gun size. In my misery. And you can see at the end, instead of any sort of laser beam, it's got 2 needles and he places it into Tamal's neck and shoots it and kind of goes into her, and all of the stuff that's coming out of her ear crusts and like falls away.
Ew, crust.
I definitely yell. It's like, oh!
I probably like once I direct him to like help her, I turn back towards Darius in that situation because obviously like it's not safe. Also, I don't have time for feelings right now. No time for feelings, chat.
So Tula just tries. So it is your turn, right, to attack narratively? It probably would be anyway because he got tied up with Tula, grabbing elbows.
What was that face?
Grabbing elbows. So Libra, if you,
If I want to take another shot, you mean?
I would go for it. He got caught.
Okay.
I mean, it added complications to what Tula was doing, but he ended up grappling her and kind of dealing with that.
Boom!
So
Hit
good.
him again. Yeah, this time I didn't aim. I'm gonna prepare the effect that I talked about last time. So the effect that I'm going to choose was vicious, which the attack inflicts 1 additional damage for each effect rolled. I believe it's 1. Let me just make sure I got the phaser thing right. Yes, vicious 1. So I hopefully roll an effect with my 3 dice that I get. Many effects? No effects! Woo!
Ow!
3 damage though. So he takes 3 damage, and I waste my prepped effect. It's fine. I'm fine with it. I keep hitting him, and that's unexpected. Honestly, it's like a 50% chance, so I'll go with it.
I am very baffled by how you all keep rolling like duplicate dice, the same numbers. You shoot him with this vicious attack, and his head hits the ground, and he passes out.
Get wrecked, bitch.
That was non-lethal, by the way. It was very non-lethal. I don't shoot to kill. I just want to like contain.
Yeah, he's contained. He's knocked out. He's knocked
Okay.
unconscious.
Are we out of like turn order now?
Yes.
Tula walks up
I-
to Eric and picks up his weapon. Is there like a little? It's on stun, right?
It's actually been flipped to not stun. It's been flipped to kill.
He flipped it to not stun on me. That jerk! I just aim at him and I shoot.
He flipped it to not stun. Okay,
She
so
like
you
was
just
thinking about it when she looked at the weapon and saw that and was like, "That asshole!" And just lowers the gun to the ground where he is and shoots him.
well, he is.
Wait,
he
you're
is
shooting.
cast-
You're shooting to kill right now.
Yeah, and he's
Yes.
cast. He's all his health points are gone. So I think if you do this,
So he
you
just
could-
dies.
Yeah, he's just gonna die.
Really.
She
Get
does
wrecked.
it. He's trying to kill me.
Oh my god.
Get
Oh my god. You arrest people. We're Federation. We don't just outright murder. Oh my god.
You're in the Wild West right now.
Tula turns to Lidra and her sweet, typical smile is back, and she just says, "My fingers slipped." And then she runs over to Garrick.
Oh my
Am
god.
I'm conscious, right? Like I see this happen.
Yeah, you woke
Yeah.
up. You were awake.
I laugh very slightly. Myself.
You just get a lecture from Sarek about being more Vulcan, and you're just like,
This is
You did a very Vulcan thing. I find that comical.
this is bordering on catastrophe. Julian, please tell me that you have enough of whatever that is to get all of these people off this planet. I
do.
self-destruct. I set the ship to self-destruct with Karen on board, but I can't know if the thing inside her has died or not. We should leave this place and set up a quarantine on this entire planet. No one should ever come here again.
Yes, that's a good plan, but I do have enough. We need to get everyone onto the Defiant that we can possibly fit. And he kind of looks around and he sees that obviously there's been quite a few casualties. So he's kind of like, okay, well, it's probably going to work because there's not many people.
There was a problem with an agent from Section 31 who blew up the cargo bay.
Section 31? Why would they come out here to deal with this?
They wanted a sample of the thing and didn't care how many of us died for them to get it.
Did they get a sample?
I have no idea. I was incapacitated when they left.
Bashir looks really concerned and he kind of is like, okay, well, I'll deal with that later. But let's get everyone on board. I could administer this dose while we're traveling back to Deep Space Nine, and then I have stasis chambers for everyone to enter to be fully cleared. And we'll keep you guys in observation for a while, but from my experiments, it'll work. This is it. This is thanks to you. You've saved everyone, Lidra.
Not the people who died getting us here. If I would have just been faster, figured it out sooner, all those people would still be alive.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and he said, no, don't. Things happen the way that they happen, but that doesn't make what you did any less impressive or important. And you've saved so many people. You've saved everyone here except for him. And he looks down at Darius. But I guess that doesn't matter. He seemed very bad. So he kind of like, it's like, come on, let's go get everybody.
I look over to Chola and I'm like, considering he was already declared dead, I don't see any reason to report this. But typically within the Federation, as you should know, we serve justice in a court of law.
It was a very tragic accident.
I expect things like this won't happen again, or I will have to tell Commander Sisko.
Tula's just like ignoring Lidra at this point and is like on the ground next to Garrick, and she's just like, I don't know, checking his pulse. She's seen that done a lot in the medical bay. She knows how to check a pulse. And she's just like, Elim, and like trying to shake him awake.
He's kind of slowly coming to, but he's really injured. He doesn't really know what's going on, and he's just like, oh. Yeah.
Well, Tula's entire attention is on him as Lidra lectures her.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I guess you're gonna load up the ship. Garrick's okay. Tamal is okay. Everyone's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Is Greggy on the ship?
Yeah, Greggy's okay. He was. Right. Remember, you left him with Peter.
Peter's
on the ship? Peter's on the ship, and Peter also did not help Greggy very much. So
wow, what a dick.
He'll be okay.
Not surprised.
Not surprising.
The bare minimum with Peter.
Mm. I feel like I imagine everyone being loaded on the ship, and then like Tamal being like, I'm sorry, there is no more room. And just like, goodbye, Peter. Leave him on the planet.
No, we can't do that.
Well, I will do this and you can see me do it and then usher him back on the plane. I'll just be like, I'm sorry. The ship. I'll just be like, I'm sorry. And like go to like close the door in his face.
Tamal. Peter,
there's no room.
Forgive her. It is a joke. She's joking. I know that Vulcans can be hard to read, but she's definitely joking. Like, turn back around.
So I go, I do not understand. There was nobody laughing at the end. This is not a joke.
There could be another tragic accident.
I do laugh at that. Like, I do laugh at that. Just a little bit. Like, just like a Vulcan. Like, I walk away.
I just want to take a moment to recognize that in the first episode, Tula and Tamal's relationship was very different.
Yeah.
I was giving crystals that were not appreciated, and look at how far we've come.
You're practically married now. You're like in the
But yeah.
same room.
Like, yeah.
I think that like while we're loading people on the ship, I'm like doing whatever I can to like help Julian with the inoculations and stuff. And probably just trying to like, we must do tasks so we can not deal with feelings, sort of thing. But also like kind of not wanting to let him out of her sight because like she thought she'd never see him again. So like, yeah, she's probably just like, okay, what can I do? What can I do next? What do I do next? Like, you're the commanding officer now because he's the highest ranked person. So like she feels like she doesn't have to do that stuff anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's kind of like, so you're kind of following him around like, oh, what do I do? What can I do? What can I do? And he just kind of eventually turns around and puts both hands on your shoulders and like forcibly makes you sit down in a chair. And he's just like, just relax. Everything will be okay now. We're going home.
There's no holodeck here. I can't not work. The people here, they're injured. They need help. We need to replicate the serum, and there's so much to do. And
he just kind of like, just kind of reaches down and he gives you a really big hug, and he's like, please relax. You've been through so much.
she starts crying.
And he kind of like, he like rubs her back and is just like, it's okay. This has been a lot. This is a lot more than you signed up for, but it's over now.
Yeah, she's just being like a little emotional. Like the second someone showed me any kind of support or whatever, I just like break into pieces. And like, so yeah, once she starts crying, she probably can't stop for a minute. And so like whatever they were both doing is just like on pause for a second because she's having a fucking breakdown.
And Peter's in the background like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta take care of everyone then. Whatever.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying I could have.
And Tula, you're probably over. I would think Garrick's probably in like some sort of cot, something on the Defiant, not the floor. Like, you know, he's laying somewhere, and he's kind of starting to come to. He's there, like, where's Darius? Where am I? What's going on?
Elam, there was a very tragic accident on the planet, and I regret to tell you that my husband is dead. And I'll take Garrick's hand and I'll just say, I'm very distraught.
Does your hair reflect this?
My hair does not reflect this.
No, it's a little bit opposite of distraught.
Happy, right? So I feel like a joyful, like yellow is pretty happy. I'm blonde right now.
Ooh. And he kind of laughs and he holds like your hand and he's like, good. Thanks for the profit. And he kind of rolls his eyes.
I thought, my dear, that we had said goodbye for good this time, but I should have known that's not possible with us.
And he kind of sighs and he looks very tired. He's trying to fight falling back asleep. And he said, no, I think I'm done fighting that battle. And he kind of closes his eyes and goes to sleep.
Tula, like, brushes his hair with her hands and just kind of settles in to sit next to the cot and stay there with him.
And Tamal, what do you do?
I would like to heckle Peter some more. I would find a place to sit on this ship and just sit there. I will pull a crystal out of my pocket. Like my crystal.
Yay!
Like the crystal necklace and just like hold it just in case. I was ready to use this ish, but I'll hold on to it just in case.
Well, Peter just looks over and sees you sitting there, and he's like, "Are you not going to help either? We've all been through the same thing. Why do you all get to sit?"
Look at Peter and be like, "Why are you still talking to me? Walk away. Walk away." And like, Crystal, walk away. Because I feel myself like losing control.
And he's just like, "Ugh, you're all useless." And he turns around and goes back to do whatever he does, but not do a very good job.
To his superior,
probably tending to
like
grinding.
that.
Yeah, he did. He's probably getting his ass fired, but that's fine. So yeah, that's it. Unless anybody wants to do any more role playing or anything, but I feel like that's good.
Okay. As the end shot, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna have end credit scenes.
Yeah.
We get back to the station, and there's like this whole like mess, and like everyone's being shuffled off to like stasis chambers and observation and blah blah blah. And Lidra is about to like go off to do work or to go somewhere, and like as she's kind of like overwhelmed with tasks and like getting ready to leave and like do work and there's a hand on her shoulder, and she like turns around a little bit, and it's Julian like also getting off the Defiant, and he's like, "I told you to relax." And then like instead of like pulling her into a hug, like he just like swoops her in and smooches her, and then there's a fade to black, and they totally do it, and it's great. That's it.
Yay, totally do it.
Yay. That's all I wanted. Okay,
Got it.
it's a happy ending, a literal happy ending. You're welcome.
Is Tula satisfied with her tender moment, or does she want
that sweet ending? Just them kind of together. But I feel like in like the end credits, you maybe see Garrick with his just a simple tailor, working on DS9, and I feel like Tula would settle into being like just a simple shop girl. She's like chatting up all the customers and talking about the different fabrics and stuff, and there's nothing crazy. They're just two simple peeps running a shop on Deep Space Nine. But then you go to the back where Garrick's communications machine is, and you see like the black screen with like green numbers going across it. And it's like typing like "your mission is," and then it fades to black.
Cool end credit scene.
What's yours?
So mine is like you're like soft talking behind Tamal's door on DS9. Right? Like hands in, like the door opens, and like Tamal is in there by herself and like has like a table, and it has like minis, and she's like painting a Spock wizard mini. A wizard mini. She has like a weird Spock shrine that folds up. She's painting like a Spock mini and like sets it down next to her as a barbarian mini, and like pushes them like close together and goes. Like, I know she's painting, she has like those tiny brushes, and there's like a magnifying glass, and she's like trying to do it perfectly. Like puts like an extra little star on his wizard hat and like blows it off, and like, and there's like a whole like an entire fucking diorama of this. Just like sets them close together. My weird like crystal necklace is hanging up in the background to protect me from evil.
All right, and I get a credit scene. I get a credit scene. So
What's yours?
This is far, far out in space on a mysterious station that's kind of obscured by some planet's moon. A small ship docks, and Agent Thorne exits, and she's kind of they're holding hands with Clara and leading her through the station that they've docked at. As so many hallways and little doors and everything. and none of them are labeled until they get to the last one at the end. So it's called Favorite Child Walking On. And above the door it says Weapons Lab, and Thorn enters the era.
No.
She's gonna get researched. She's gonna get scienced at. She's a test subject. She's a guinea pig.
Of course.
It's awful. We lost a child. We're the worst moms in all of space.
The one child.
Worst space moms. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Anyway, I guess that's been a season, y'all. I hope that if you guys can catch us all live, you can catch us on the YouTubes. I had a lot of fun. I thought it was great. I think that you are a very cinematic GM, Kayla, and that was great.
Yeah, thanks.
I love that story. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for putting up with my first time DMing on a stream, which was very stressful, but also fun because I love all of you. Great job! We can go around. I told Dad that we're wrapping up. So if we want to go around Dad and say our outros, we can start with Blue Jay.
I'm the best one of all of us. I'm kidding.
Favorite child.
I'm the favorite. No, I'm not. Obviously, we already discussed this. Lisa's the favorite child. But I'm Blue Jay, and you can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712. If you want to check out all of the shows I've been on this season on Encounter Roleplay and on other channels, it's all on bluejay.tv/portfolio. Yeah.
And your Patreon. Did you say your Patreon?
Oh, no, I didn't. I also have a Patreon. It's linked on my Twitter. It's just all there. It's just all of it. Twitter is the place to find everything else, really.
Where everything is. And Lisa.
I have been Lisa Chen. That was so awesome. I love Deep Space Fine. Thank you, Kayla, for GMing us. You can find me on Twitter at MercifulDM. I am the community manager for the Adventurers League and also the Dungeon Masters Guild. So if you like D&D and tabletop stuff in general, check out my account. Starting January 11th, in the new year, I will be on a Ravenloft Gothic horror show. Hadil and Misdirection? And Kayla are in it as well as TK joins the fray, and Ashley Warren, a D&D writer. Gothic horror, spooky Friday nights. Come join us. You can check us out on Twitter already at Mist Tales D&D.
I'm Hadil. Don't find me. Don't look for me. Actually, I'm just tweeting such online. Just kidding. But really, don't find me.
Deal.
I mean, I do Trust in the Birdcage, but our last episode was on Thursday. Yay!
Yeah, watch the finale this Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yeah, we're hard anniversary time. So that'll be tomorrow, and then we're gonna be taking a break, and we'll come back in the summertime, and then just find me on Mists. Don't find me. Don't look for me. I just run screaming into the woods.
No, okay, yes, definitely find Hadil on Mist because she's playing a very handsome man who loves everyone.
Whose man's is it? It could be yours.
He's very handsome. He's
somebody else's.
Everyone's love interest. He's so good. He didn't. But I'm Kayla, and thank you for going on this adventure with me. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely a learning experience, and I love Star Trek, and I love all these people, and I think we had a lot of fun. And I'm sad to see it go, but it was, there's more adventures for all of us to go on. And I'm very excited for Mists. It's going to be good. I'm excited for whatever Blue Jay's going to do because I love the things that she does, and she's a great role player. And you can find me on the internet on lots of things as the name that's under my face, KAYNCLI. So I do that, and you can go to Holly's Etsy shop, and we do clothes, and that's etsy.com/shop/trashwitchcoven. And Hadil and I do Bramblefoot Adventures on Patreon, and there's some stuff. And this month you can submit items or things, and maybe I'll draw them if we pick them, and that's pretty cool. And yeah. So Merry Christmas to everybody, or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. It's
Merry
about
Crisis.
that time. Merry Crisis. That's more accurate. So yeah, but thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in other games.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.